There it is, yeah, you're right. Alex is kindly gonna do this with me. We haven't done this before. I kinda let this song rest. It's about Geoduck clams and recreational clammers and that whole thing. And so Alex made this beat actually for my warthog song and is gonna kind of improvise over that. So we're gonna see how this goes. Sound good? Okay, there are 1 to 2 million eggs floating in the water column. We focus in on 2 eggs just as 2 sperms fertilize them. I'll tell you their story, though perhaps a circumcised version. We're in the coastal waters of the eastern North Pacific Ocean, in an area between Alaska and Baja, California. Now, let's narrow down further to a channel called Puget Sound. Here's a place these 2 were found. We see the eggs have hatched, sweet. Now, as planktonic larvae, they'll live vulnerably for 6 weeks, big enough at last. They're finally about to relax when they crawl along the soft bottom habitat until they come upon their spot, their soft, sandy, muddy tile flat. Then they both settle on and resting their heads into the seabed. Here will be where their whole lives are spent. Eventually, they'll burrow into the sedimentometer, but do have a range of shallow mud to depths of over 350 feet deep. Once home, they're permanently sedentary, hoping where they live will become their cemetery. And they pray every day to remain planted, not uprooted like 1 in 50 are fated to. They stay vigilantly aware while trying not to live, riddled in fears. Digging away for the first 3, they dig 1 per year. They grow a lot, blossoming in this time and process here. Going from 0 to 1.5 pounds, it's a blast, and at age 15, they usually max out. Our friends, the twins, only descended into intertidal depth of the seabed of sand, and they could grow to be over 6 feet, because it's been seen, the neck meat that is. They're siphoned, slurping water like a Dyson. A subtle shell about 8 inches around has concentric circles, which tell its age, as well as being stripes providing insight into past marine life. And sometimes more than just a tip, they're really sticking their neck out, looking like elephant trunks with a calcified beanie cap. Within that impressive mantle is a bivalve canal. Oh, kind of like, well, never mind. These sweet meats are not just the largest, but the sweetest, the deepest clams on the planet. Perhaps why recreational clammers want them like she's a tall drink of water. Right, fellas, you wankers, out there just yanking them, hooting and hollering, can't wait to boast and sell or swallow them. Anyway, back to our friends, the burrow twins in their own great bodies. One valve takes in phytoplankton and oxygen, and in its big muscle is a dorsal ventral aperture and merely a slit needed for feeding. No biting or teething either. Completely passive, yet historically not rewarded for this decency. These peaceful siblings know all too well about this reality, and still they keep certain perks with their beneficial filtration, water rebalancing. But once they're grown, they'll have extremely low mobility, so it's really crucial not to dislodge them hopelessly. Not the prey of many, but there are a few who fancy. The sea otters gobble, dogfish devour, starfish gnaw on exposed flesh for hours. A natural delicacy, China agrees with 90% solely their receipt. Our to do daily pray that them their sediment shall keep. Defenseless, extensively farmed and accosted. What of the bollocks on these marine bivalve phallic mollusks? Well, not much, but do trust that they'll piss right in the face of the imbecile who plucks. Sadly, their captors often love it. In Lachute seed, their name means dig deep, which these pricks should do and ask themselves after squirted by this 150-year-old aphrodisiac, or just lap the splashes. They're expensive, so once inevitably over-harvested, their tract is damaged for 39 years before coming back. And they can live to be 179 like one did who was counted. But the problem is the population is very slow to rebound. However, Wesley and Gloria are still burrowing safe and sound for now, but they've lost so many friends the countless times high-pressure hoses blew through town. It comes from above ground and low tide, and speak of the devil, we're watching, and our 2 guys shrink to hide, recoil and hunker down for the plow. Wait, but this time, high tide rose quickly again, induced explosive hosers back around, doused and patted, no doubt about who looks like a big dick now, while our Gloria and Wesley will hopefully never ever be found, and we long they live in their channel sound. I think that worked great.